When you're purchasing your first sewing machine or a beginner sewing machine, you want to consider what your thoughts are and what you want to do with this machine. Is it a machine that you're going to be using for maybe one project, or is it a machine that you want to grow with? How often you'll be using the machine, the type of material you'll be sewing on it. These are just a few things that you may want to consider when you're looking for a machine. If you are price conscious, I would consider the amount of features you're going to get for the money that you want to spend, and to make sure the machine will accommodate the needs that you have at the price point that you're considering. For example, if you need a feature-packed machine, you can get that at a very economical price that will probably help you get your job done. The longevity or the long-term run on that machine may be limited to where you want to go if it's a machine you do want to grow with. Speaking at the entry-level machine or the beginner machine, again, we're talking, being on the price-conscious side of a purchase. I would consider a machine that's going to give you a little bit more than just a straight stitch and zigzag, that gives you the ability to adjust the stitch length manually and the stitch width manually, instead of having just preset stitch lengths or stitch widths in the machine. That usually will carry over to a machine that has a few more features than just the straight stitch and zigzag as well. For example, maybe a blind hem or a manual 4-step buttonhole. So those are things to think about on the price conscious side of things. In the same price point, you can get the features I just mentioned, but be aware of being able to adjust your length and your width manually instead of preset. If you're not tech savvy or afraid of technology just a little bit, a mechanical machine is going to do just fine for you, and they will give you a nice variety of stitches at an economical price point that will still allow you to get your projects finished for you, do a great job, and grow with you a little bit. So when you're looking for the simplicity of using a mechanical sewing machine, you can go with a machine where the stitches are pre-selected in width and length for yourself, and just dial to that exact stitch you want to use. When I look at this machine over here, a good economical basic machine that'll do a great job for you is, for example, numbers 2 through number 7 are all straight stitch, and I don't have to think any more than the stitch length I want to do. So if I want to do a small stitch, I would just dial this to number 2. And if I want to do the stitch a little bit longer, I can choose any of the numbers through 3 through number 7 for a slightly longer stitch on each one, without any other adjustments that I need to make. The same thing for the zigzag as well. I can choose the narrower zigzag, or I can choose the wider zigzag, and the stitch lengths are already preset for you. And that's as simple as it gets. When you go to this machine over here, the next model up from here, you have a larger selection of stitches, but what's nice about with this machine is that you can actually, when you want to do a straight stitch or a zigzag or any other stitch, you can actually control the exact length and the exact width and any combination of those two things together to get the exact stitch you want. For the price-conscious shopper that needs the features and has a long-term use for the machine and grow with the machine, you would go to probably a computerized machine. For example, the Brother PS300T that I have over here has over 100 built-in stitches, and to do any of these stitches is as simple as just choosing a number and then putting the stitch in there. So for example, if I wanted to do number 5, which is a stretch stitch, I would just dial this to number 5. the machine is now ready to go and sew out the stretch stitch for you. But what's nice about this is it also gives you the ability to change the length and the width of the stitch also at just a touch of a button without having to turn any knobs. So to change the length or the width, again, you can override any of that with just these two buttons here for your length and your width. And those same controls that I showed you apply to all the different stitches in here. Another feature I like when you get to a computerized machine that the mechanical machines are very limited to, which is the amount of buttonholes that a machine can do and the different styles that it can do. A mechanical machine is usually limited to just one style of buttonhole. It can be either a 4-step buttonhole or a manual, or an automatic buttonhole. Both great, okay? But when you go to a computerized machine, you can get multiple buttonholes. For example, on this machine here, I'm looking at about 8 different styles of buttonhole, all automatic, and will do the exact size buttonhole that you program into it. Programming the buttonhole into it is as simple as just putting the button into the buttonhole foot, and it'll do that exact size for you. So those are some nice features for this type of a person that's just looking for something to have in the home that'll get them through their basic projects, that they'll be able to grow with, and hopefully will get you so excited about sewing. We'll see you back for some more help and information on maybe the next type of machine available for you